All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a great Monday. Thanks to all my new subs, and thanks for everybody for just tuning in and listening to what I got to say. So appreciate that. So another video about Sebastian Rogers and what all is going on with that stuff. So the first thing that I want to address is I keep hearing people say, because there's some friction between Seth and Chris, right? Probably between Seth, Chris, and Katie. And I've heard some people say that it's not about Seth, it's not about Chris, it's not about Katie, it's about Sebastian. It's about Sebastian. Well, I have to disagree with that. I mean, yeah, mostly. I mean, it is about Sebastian, but in my opinion, it's got everything to do with Chris and Katie. Okay? If Chris and Katie are responsible for Sebastian's disappearance, and I'm not saying that they are, I'm just saying if they are, then it's got everything to do with Chris and Katie Proudfoot. Okay, so this, I can't stand it when people say, "Well, it's not about Dawn and Candace; it's about Summer." Well, if Dawn and Candace are the reason why Summer got gone, and again, if it's got everything to do with Dawn and Candace, if Chris and Katie are responsible for Sebastian's disappearance, it's got everything to do with Chris and Katie. Sebastian, the bottom line is, at the end of the day, Sebastian Rogers was in the care of Chris and Katie Proudfoot when he went missing. Okay, he was not in the care of Seth Rogers. He wasn't in the care of Big Bird. He wasn't in the care of the Cookie Monster. He was in the care of Chris and Katie Proudfoot. And there's a lot of red flags in relation to Chris and Katie Proudfoot. So the notion that it don't have anything to do, it's not about Chris and Katie. It's about Sebastian. It's everything to do with Chris and Katie if they are responsible for Sebastian's disappearance. Because Chris and Katie, ultimately, if they are responsible for his disappearance, they know where he's at. They know what happened. They hold the key to solving this case and getting Sebastian where he needs to be. Where he needs to be. Because right now, he's not with his biological mom. He's not with his biological dad. Where's he at? And we can't have where's he at. We have to know where he's at. We can't be wondering where he's at. We have to know where Sebastian is at. So therefore, I say it has everything to do with Chris and Katie Proudfoot until proven otherwise, And there again, if the police would come out and be a little more transparent on this, which kind of concerns me, because the less transparent police get, it kind of means, they've got something. I mean, in my opinion, it means they've got something and they don't want to tip their hat to the criminals. They want to keep that element of surprise. Unlike if that was Sebastian up there at Grandfather Mountain. I mean, cat's out, cat's out of the bag on that one. I mean, if someone did have Sebastian and it got plastered all over the internet, hey, Sebastian's at Grandfather Mountain. Well, there goes the element of surprise. Now, the suspects know that everybody's on to him now. Let's get the hell out of North Carolina. Let's get Sebastian out of here. Let's go to Florida. So the police want to keep that element of surprise. They want to keep everything a secret. So by the police being kind of quiet, makes me wonder what all they do have. Makes me wonder what all they do have. And again, in the Summer Wells case, we've seen where police have went from doing press conferences, to basically saying, hey, we're back at square one, we have nothing. Believe me, I don't think the police have nothing. In the Summer Wells case, I believe police have some stuff, but they need enough to convince a jury. You may have this, but you need this to convince a jury. These two come together to convince a jury, and that's what you need. And just like Suzanne Morphew, they had to let Barry go, right? But now that they found Suzanne's body and the chemicals that were in her body and what caused her death, they've got this, and they got this, and they can bring it together for prosecution. So I think that's what's lacking in the Summer Wells case. And that may be what's lacking in the Sebastian Rogers case. Because I'm telling you right now, they had to have found something concerning for them to shut down a landfill that is almost used 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It may be used 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they may have, altered their, the way they worked while police was in there. But they had to have found something serious to get a judge to sign off on the search warrant to go search the landfills. And I would love to know what that is. And again, I do not think it was just the trash was unusually heavy the next morning. I do not. I think it's more than that. I think police stumbled across something that was more than just the trash was heavier than usual the next day. I think it's way more than that. And again, I think, in my opinion, it's got everything to do with Katie and Chris until proven otherwise, And again, I'm not saying they do have something to do with Sebastian's disappearance, but he was under their care when he went missing. And there's a lot of red flags leading up to the day that Sebastian went missing. A lot of red flags involved in that family, that household. I'm just going to say the household and the family, a lot of red flags. It definitely wasn't close to being a perfect family. None of us have a perfect family, but none of us also have a history of CPS coming and visiting our house all the time. You know what I mean? We don't have a CPS trail involved in our families, and you did. In Summer Wells' case, you've got CPS in the Sebastian Rogers case. So those are the red flags that I'm looking at when I say that Chris and Katie Proudfoot have everything to do with this investigation until proven otherwise. So that's what I wanted to get out there, guys. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. I've heard that the neighbor that was talking about some of the bad stuff that was happening to Sebastian. It was like only one neighbor that may have witnessed it. And again, why is this neighbor coming out, now and didn't come out with it sooner? Now, I don't know. I don't have the answer to why they didn't come out sooner. But, sometimes when things happen, a lot of people kind of want to just, I've seen this. And you guys have probably seen it. A lot of people just want to mind their own business and they don't want to get involved. Right? I've got, let's say one of the neighbors has a job where he makes $500,000 a year and he travels a lot. He's probably don't want to get involved because now if they have to, police have to talk to him and have him give statements, and now if he's seen something, he may even be part of a trial later down the road. And we all know how many weeks trials can take. They're lengthy. And a lot of people just don't want to have to fool with that. Do you want to be in court for 8 weeks and lose out on, $25,000 if you could have worked for that? Or, and a lot of people just don't want the headache. They just, I'm gonna mind my own business. I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. There's just too much stuff too much baggage that's gonna come along with that to get involved. A lot of people don't like to get involved just for that reason. So, anyway, guys, let me know what you think about that. That could be the only reason why one person in the neighborhood is speaking up. Another reason why, maybe people were at work. I've seen instances where, someone's had a car wreck in front of a bunch of houses and only one person seen it, there's a lot of factors involved as to, why only one neighbor may be coming out with some allegations against Chris. Does it mean it's true? No. Does it mean it's false? No. But it'll come out in the end. But the thing is, if there's more neighbors that seen bad stuff happening, maybe they have turned that into the police. But maybe just YouTube don't know about it. You know what I mean? Maybe YouTube don't know about it. Maybe they don't want YouTube to know about it, but the police know about it. Maybe the police have, 3 or 4 neighbors that have come to them, secretly said, I want to be anonymous, but I want to tell you what I've seen a time or two over there. Anonymous is the word I was looking for. Maybe more people have seen stuff that's happened over there, but they just want to remain anonymous. So we have to take into account that too, guys. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. That's all I got for you today. Hope you found this helpful. Give me a thumbs up, like the content. And again, thanks to all my new subscribers. Appreciate it. Just, thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow next video.